And
Tell me any other circumstances.
it was 9 o'clock at night that night. And one of the not the archaeologists, one of the employees, one of the gaffers, I don't even know his name, one of those guys who will carry stuff around the set, came to me and he goes, "Sir, can I have a minute with you?" I said, "Yes." And I said, "What's going on?" He says, "The lady." I said, "What lady?" He goes, the white lady. She's very upset with us, and she's telling the other ones that to take, you know, that she was going to take control of the picture and that she was going to take everything with her." And I said, "Don't listen to her. Is she saying that to you?" He says, "I overheard her saying it to one of the other guys, and one of the guys was translating." I said, "To who?" He says, "To one of the guys that is working with you." I said, "You don't make any sense." So I continue with my scene, and there she is again, telling me that we needed to shoot musicians. I said, "Musicians?" I said, "No." "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Mayan people playing this," and I said, "That's not part of this. This is a much more serious thing. I don't have plans to include any of those people dancing and playing that kind of stuff. That's not for this particular scene."
What scene were you shooting?
I was doing scenes. I'm not gonna go into that because it's part of the documentary already, but I was shooting some scenes with.
What kind of a scene? What
Sir, now you want me to tell you details about
No,
what's in the footage?
I'm not talking about
I'm not gonna tell you.
details. I'm asking the kind of scene. Was it an archaeologist being interviewed?
Oh, you see?
Was it inside a
Sir, it was just.
One at a time, please.
I'm gonna answer your question. It was a scene in the pyramids. That's it. So.
a scene in the pyramids?
Yes.
And then you said they weren't going to film Mayans playing music. Did you ever film Mayans playing
I said,
music?
"Elizabeth, I'm not gonna shoot anyone playing drums again and stuff."
Did you ever do that? You never shot?
No, I didn't comply with that. I didn't.
So she asked you, you said no, and you didn't
I
do
said,
it.
You said no.
And you didn't do it. Correct? And then you continued to shoot the scene that you were shooting previously, correct? And you completed that scene, correct?
I almost didn't complete the scene.
You almost didn't, but you did complete the scene, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, do you have another instance?
Yes.
Okay.
Before she left, it was probably around 10 o'clock at night.
This is all happening in one day. All of these instances happened in one day.
One day. And another of the employees came to me and says, "The lady's upset with you because you didn't even say happy birthday to her." I said, "The lady was very disrespectful to me. She yelled at me in front of all of you guys. You heard that?" He goes, "Yes." She was very disrespectful. And
Who is this that's saying this to you?
one of the gaffers guys.
You don't know the name.
Sir, they're on the police report. So you get the police report and you get the names of all the people the police interviewed. So
But you don't remember the name?
I don't remember the name. I've never seen these people before. I have no reason to remember their names. So
Weren't they gaffers on the crew?
people who carry stuff around.
Grip?
Yes. Yeah, the grips and assistants to assistants and who knows. So
Did you hire these people?
no.
Who hired them?
They were hired by a guy who I hired to be my line producer in Mexico by the name of Eduardo Vertis.
And his responsibility was to control.
He was responsible.
His responsibility was to hire and control those people for you during
Yes.
the production.
And they were responsible to listen to me at all times. So
So he said she was upset about you not wishing her happy birthday.
that is correct. Said she's very upset, and I think she likes you a lot. I said, well, I know that. And I said,
You said, pardon?
I know that.
You know that she likes you.
Yes, I said, but I was being sarcastic. She was fighting with me. I said, sure, I know that. So he says, well, she's thinking about, replacing you. At 10 o'clock at night, I said, she's thinking about replacing me. How do you know? He says, because I speak English also. And she's talking to one of the guys and said, about replacing you. Then I went to Elizabeth. I said, we need to resolve a lot of problems before we move on with this. I think you and I had enough for one day, Elizabeth.
This is 10 o'clock at night.
I said, this is not going to continue like this anymore. Because it's not even worth it. And she goes, oh, no problem, no worry. I said, okay. So I'm shooting another scene. And here she comes again.
What time is this? This is later that evening?
That was when she left around 10:15. That was roughly the time that I finished one of the scenes, and she says, I'm thinking about putting this again. I said, oh my God, you still going on with this? She goes, and the Cecil reel.
I'm not understanding. I'm thinking
I said,
about
you still
wait, I'm thinking about putting...
doing the same thing, the music, and
That's what I'm
the
asking.
Bentleys and the Rolls Royce, and now she wanted to have full control of the Cecil reel and the advertisement, and how, I said, can you please, we talked about this already. So she left. She left because at that point Carrasco said, you really inform her and Hernan, she has to go. She has to go. So it was late at night already for her, 10 o'clock. She went back to the hotel, yes, and I stayed there until 1:30 in the morning shooting. And I was extremely...
I don't want to get into what you were. You had that
Yeah, because
conversation. You had that conversation. Then when's the next time she did something that interfered with your creative control?
Well, the next date.
It's the next day now.
Now we're on the next date.
Can you ask him the estimated date when this happened so we can know when?
I don't remember the day. It was the next date.
I think we just mentioned her birthday.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, well, that's, the next date.
Next day.
The next date of her birthday, yes.
No, so that's what happened that day.
Yes.
Now, are you now going to it the day after?
Day after, the next date, yes.
Yes.
I'm in my room. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and Carrasco is waiting for me outside with my two assistants. And Carrasco,
Who were your two assistants?
Marisa Vianney and Alma Arciquercala. They're waiting for me in the car outside.
You had two assistants on the...
My two assistants and Carrasco again. They're waiting for me on Carrasco's vehicle. And I got on the car, and then we start driving back to Campeche. We have to drive 5 hours to get to the city. 2.5 hours after we took off, I called Elizabeth and I said, this is not going to go anywhere. And you and I need to discuss this. We need to fix these issues. As soon as I get to Campeche, you have to come. Please come and see me at the hotel when I am. Just you and me. We're going to have dinner. We're going to talk about this because I can't go on like this anymore.
right. This is not about her interfering.
I'm going there. I'm going
Get
there.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it is because she says yes. I'll see you there. We have a lot of things, a lot of issues to resolve.
So you drive the 2.5 hours more, you get there.
And she never showed up.
Never showed up.
No, instead, she turned the entire crew against me, and that was it. That was the last time I saw Elizabeth Terry until today. So.